Hello everyone and welcome back to Trader Gainer. In today's video we're going to be speaking about Bitcoin and Ethereum. Which one is better? You want to find out? Stay tuned to find out more. Okay guys, this is a pretty significant and pretty important video. So what we're going to be discussing is basically Bitcoin and Ethereum, which one is better, what's the difference, and what is alike. Well, let's start off there. There's pretty much nothing that is the same except that they exist digitally. That's it. Let me just give you a quick recap. Ethereum is supposed to be a platform. You know, it's kind of like the internet. You can pretty much have games on Ethereum network. You can pretty much, make other currencies on the network. You can pretty much, create websites on the network, on the code itself. So it's like it's like another platform, let's call it that way. Whereas the Bitcoin is definitely a cryptocurrency. There's nothing much that you can do with it except for buy it and sell it and use it. That's it. Another interesting thing is definitely worth mentioning is the fluctuations part. We all know Elon Musk and we all know what he's doing with the price of Bitcoin every time there's a tweet. If there's a tweet about it, we all know that the price of Bitcoin is going to go up by either minimum of 7% to up to maximum 20%, whether he's buying or selling something in regards to the Tesla, SpaceX, whatever, mining, whatever it can be. Like his kids decided that they're gonna buy Bitcoin. It doesn't really matter. But there's big fluctuations when it comes down to the price of Bitcoin just because of big, influential people such as Elon Musk. Whether for Ethereum, on the other hand, there isn't someone who has this kind of influence except for the owner. And that's what we're going for on the next one. There isn't an owner necessarily for Bitcoin. It's known to be Satoshi Nakamoto. However, we still don't have any idea who that person might be. But on the other hand, we know about Ethereum that it's a Russian person, who is at the age of 20 something at the moment. He created it when he was 18 and he's been living in the US for the past 5 to 10 years. So there's a lot of information about him. He's going on different kind of interviews. He's been speaking about Ethereum for a period of definitely a long period of time. So he's, a real human being that we all know, and we know the meaning behind Ethereum because when there's some questions or something unrelated happens, he's there to really, speak about it. So that's the important factor. Another definitely thing to consider is the speed. I've personally used both of them to make transactions, and I can tell you that the speed of Ethereum is much quicker than on Bitcoin. Just a quick example, I've made a transaction on Bitcoin and it took sometimes even from a minimum to an hour to a maximum even a few days. When it comes down to Ethereum, it has literally taken from a few minutes up to a few hours maximum. And it's all dependent obviously on the liquidity and at the specific price that you're willing to pay from a gas fee perspective. So let's speak about the cost. It's obvious Bitcoin is again much more expensive than expected. On average, it's known to have 3 to 5 times higher costs than Ethereum, and Ethereum is considered to be having actually high costs in general. But that obviously depends on the specific price, of the specific liquidity going around, and also of the specific desire for currencies to get transferred from A to B. So the more people wish to transfer, the more the price is going to go higher and the more the transaction is going to be costing. So in general, because there's huge demand for Bitcoin, and because it's made so inefficiently, yet it has such high cost. And that's pretty much why it's known to be, worse or slower and more costly than Ethereum so far. And especially with the with the new upcoming Ethereum 2, so stay tuned to find out more. We can make a separate video about it, by the way. That's a huge idea. So if that's what you're looking for, make sure you put it in the comment section down below and I'll try to respond as quick as possible. And if you guys want to have a video on Ethereum 2, what's the big difference between Ethereum 1 and 2, make sure you put it and I'll try to make a video for you guys as detailed as possible. The next thing is from a growth perspective, so that you know how much you can make a return on your investment if you're willing to invest. It's known that Bitcoin has rallied a lot, but from a percentage perspective, Ethereum has rallied far more than actually Bitcoin has done in the past 5 years. And if I'm not mistaken, it's in the double digits, performing more. If Bitcoin had an increase of about 3,000% in the last year, Ethereum had of 3,200, approximately that is the number. Not only that, but just a quick example, the market cap of Ethereum is 230 billion at this specific time of recording this video, and on Bitcoin is 680 billion, which is about almost 2.5 to 3 times more than Ethereum's market cap. That can be, some kind of guideline for you guys to know and to be aware of how big can something become and how much more growth is it to it. It's known that the whole industry is about 2 trillion, and just having to think about it, that almost 40% of it is Bitcoin's in general dominance, it's not something that you should be feeling safe about. It will decrease in time as time goes on because there's new cryptocurrencies going out there. But for Ethereum, there's going to be a lot of things that haven't yet developed because it's a platform. It's not a cryptocurrency. It can be used. It can be implemented. It's kind of like the new Internet of Things. And the last one is obviously the use case. We've discussed it throughout the whole video. There's far more use cases for Ethereum. There's also specific, for example, websites that provide, to buy cryptocurrencies, from Uniswap only with Ethereum. And there isn't something like this for Bitcoin. For example, you can use PancakeSwap and Uniswap, but for Uniswap, you need to use mainly Ethereum because it's on the Ethereum mainnet. But for Bitcoin, there isn't something similar. However, on the other hand, there's so many people, interested in Bitcoin, like big institution going into it, that it's possible that it's gonna have a significant, change in the way that it's been programmed so far. But the use cases so far for Ethereum has been much greater because as soon as you check into their website, you already know what they're doing. It's about the platform, and they have games within that platform. And there's far more coming ahead when Ethereum 2 comes up. And that's pretty much the big difference between Ethereum and Bitcoin. And in my personal view, it seems that Ethereum has far more investing potential, from an investment potential to gain the biggest returns. And not only that, but has far more use cases. It's much more cost efficient and it's much quicker. So there isn't necessarily a case, and I would not, it's not a financial advice, but I would not definitely advise each and every one of you to invest in either Bitcoin or Ethereum. But if you are choosing between the two, definitely seems that Ethereum is the one for you guys. And thank you all so much for staying up until the end. It's been a pleasure to have you on this channel. We think, as you know, that Ethereum is probably just a little bit better, or actually this much better. But anyway, we're really hoping that you understand and view our same position. Anyway, if you're not happy with what we've analyzed and what is our projection about Ethereum and about Bitcoin, make sure you put your questions or your speculations in the comment section down below. We're super intrigued to get to know more about what you guys think. If you're new to the channel and you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe, make sure you turn the notification bell on, make sure you like this video so that we know we want you to get to know more about our content. And we want to know what you guys like so that we can create more of that content, right? Anyway, it's been amazing to have you on this channel. So thank you all so much for staying up until the end, and up to the next one.